I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals in the Premier League, except for today we're breaking down all the red cards. Not much to talk about in the goals. I might cover some of the chances, but it was pretty even actually with the chances on goal. It's kind of a bit scary if Arsenal were really trying to push forward to trying to win the championship, the Premier League. But this first one here in slow motion, it looks worse than it actually is. If you look at it, the problem is with VAR and when you're breaking down things, you have to look at it in real time, because that's how the challenge is. It's in real time. If everything looks worse when you slow it down in slow motion. To me, is this a strong yellow? Yeah. Is it a red? Probably not. Is it a bad challenge? Yeah, it's a bad challenge, but it's also, he's not gone in studs up. He's trying to win the ball. Look at his eyes right now. You can see he's focused on trying to win the ball. He's just late. The other player's just a little bit too quick for him, and he ends up just catching him. And as he puts his foot down, his foot stands on the player. That's it. He hasn't stood on the player, he hasn't stomped on the player, he hasn't gone to hurt the player. He's just running, and the clumsiness of his foot is just gored down the player a bit. That's all that's really happened here. Let's have a little look. As he goes, look, he's too late. The ball's gone. Goes to put his foot in, and that's the incident right there. And he's caught him. Yeah. Is it a red? Well, I don't know. The funny part about it, the first time I saw it, I went, no, definitely not. It's not a red card. And then I watched it about 5 times, and the more I watched it in slow motion, the more I was like, oh yeah, definitely. And I think that's the problem. My initial instincts was, he's just done him over. He's just done a professional foul to stop him counter-attacking on the break. Now, if you're given the red card for that, I don't have a problem with. If you're going, right now, he's professional foul, mate. Red card, professional foul. Well, that's a different story. But if that's gross misconduct, not gross misconduct, what am I talking about? Lawyer speech is coming in. If that's a reckless challenge, it's not really reckless. It's not dangerous. So straight red, it's hard. It really is hard for me to say, yeah, 100%. That if that wasn't given, no one would be complaining. If it is given, I think it really comes down to which team you support, whether or not you think it is or it isn't. That's one of the biggest problems. And if it does come down to that, then the decision's wrong if you're basing it on which team that you support. But let's move it on anyway, because we could probably be here and everyone will have a different opinion. But remember, mine's right. Let's move it on. Here we go. We're coming up to the next red card here. And this is just another yellow card, in my opinion. He's coming in. He's going for the ball. And he's stood on the player. The ball's gone over there. He hasn't put his weight on the player and tried to break his ankle or do anything. But he has gone studs in on the player's foot. Boom. And he's caught him. Yeah, it's a yellow. And he's already on one. So he's got to go. And don't see anything wrong with that. Can't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, silly foul there. But here's the issue. If that's a straight red, which in this game, based on the referee's last decision of the straight red, that should be a straight red. Why is that important? Because then match bans come into the equation. 2 yellows to a red card is 1 game. I think it's a straight red card is 2 games. So that, with this referee on the standard that he set, he should be sending him off. And that's where the inconsistency comes in, and that's where everyone gets so mad at the referees. It's like, well, if you're giving that red for a red card over there, you've got to give this a red card here as well, because that has consequences for Wolves and their next opponents and so on and so forth. Like I think the Arsenal player can't play the next game against, I think he's going to miss the City game and something like that. There's important games now he's going to miss because it's straight red, and he's not because it was 2 yellows. So those decisions really impact the game of football. That's what fans get annoyed with. It's just the double speak of everything on the referees seem to do. But let's have a look at the goal. Shocking defending here. Right, if you haven't seen my series that I'm doing on every Mondays of I'm starting to do a little bit of warm-up and coaching sessions and breaking down coaching and why things happen the way they do in the Premier League because of the way they coach it. Classic example on Monday. Here it is. I explained this on Monday, why they're not going to the ball. Look at him. What are you defending back behind you here? There's the ball. What are you jockeying? Nothing. Same as you. But it goes down to those rondos and those keep away sessions that I explained on last Monday in that video of why players in the Premier League don't pressure the ball properly and why now currently it's 50% of goals are scored because there's 0 pressure on the ball, and that statistic is going to go up because of the way that they train. And no, coaches don't know this or understand this because I've been working with them for over 20 years and they do not get it. When you do something wrong in training, even though you've got a positive effect about keeping the ball, the adverse effect about not pressuring the ball is way more important. They don't teach it. And you can see it right here. Look at how lazy this is. Ball goes out all the time in the world. That player, he should be sprinting, getting right next to him. He's not. Look, he's jogging, nowhere near close enough to stop this ball coming in. Now, this isn't what causes the goal. That's coming up in a second, but the cross comes in and it all comes from there. But this is lazy. This is trained. They're doing this on purpose. They do not understand the adverse effects of the thing. The positive thing they train means a negative. And what's the negative? What is it? Because we're doing this in training, what is the other thing that we're accidentally teaching ourselves? What's the passive thing that we're teaching? And they're teaching this passively, all levels, all over the world, and they do not understand it. And yes, Cash knows better. So it doesn't pressure the ball properly here. Here we go. Still going all the time in the world. 1, 2, whips the ball in, and now we're looking for a good clean header. Can he get the ball away? That's all you're looking to do. Can the keeper come and claim it? I actually think the keeper could probably come and claim this. Have a look where it's headed, right? Move it forward just a bit. Right about here. I think the keeper could have come out and claimed that. He's close enough, isn't he? The ball isn't whipped in. It's a kind of a lofty, floaty ball. He could have come out and claimed that. He doesn't. And he puts his team in all sorts of danger. Here's a wee man's going to score a goal. Here's the wee man that should be tracking him. It's all about the second ball in this area here. And that's why space is important, right? Why you keep your shape. Because if there's one of your players stood in the space, when the ball drops, he's going to get it. None of your players are stood in the space. Well, that means other players can run on when the ball bounces and smash it into the net box. And that's what happens here. Still think the keeper could come out and get it. That's where the point of contact was there. Keeper could easily come out and claim that. Easy. Doesn't. It's not a good header. He's going backwards. All his body weight is going backwards. So he can't get any purchase or momentum to flip the ball away anywhere. And now it's just a case. Can he keep his eye on the ball? Can he run in? And can he finish it? Guess what? He can. Through the crowd. Gets himself a goal. Keeps them in the hunt for the title. Other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.